appreciate it. I also want to say to those watching on YouTube that thank you for coming to my channel and watching, and I hope you all enjoy it. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lizzie Schuetz, and I'm a senior in homeschool high school. I'm almost ready to graduate. I have been doing music my whole life. I started music when I was 5 years old with my mom. She used to be a piano teacher, and I was watching her teach all these students that came to our house. And I remember going to my mom, and I was like, Mom, I want to do that. I want to play on this big box that has these white and black buttons. It just looks so cool because this noise comes out of these buttons. And she was a little bit leery about it at first. She was like, you're small. Your hands aren't really that big yet, but you can read well, so we'll give it a shot and we'll see how it goes. So I started lessons with Mom and went from doing lessons to her and to another teacher because my mom was teacher on everything. It was teacher on homeschool, on home ec things, just being my mom, and it was just too much mom teaching me. So I wasn't really doing consistently with my lessons and stuff, so we went to another teacher, Sherry Rieger in Fall City, and she taught me for 3 years. She took me from barely being in the intermediate level all the way through to advanced in 3 years. I really can't thank her enough for what she did for me. She really taught me so many things, and I'm just so grateful to her. Though I was with her for 3 years, I ended up passing her. It got to the point where I was just doing the same level of music and not getting any farther because she couldn't take me any farther. So I went and started teaching myself for about a year after that. I was finding music on my own, just playing it whenever I wanted to, and I ended up progressing pretty far on my own. And then my mom was like, we need to find you an actual teacher. So I found Ann Mosier, who lives in Bern, Kansas, and she taught me not only the piano but also the violin for 2 years. So the credit for the violin that I'm going to play tonight goes to her. Ann Mosier was a really great piano teacher. She took me really far as well, and it got to the point where I just needed to go to somebody else. So then I found Glenda vonBehren, and I've been with her for 2 years, and she's really taken me a lot farther, and she's taught me a lot more skills. I can't thank her enough for what she's done for me. I also like to say that I teach piano students, and I'm really thankful to all of my teachers because I take tips on the way they teach and use that to teach my own students. So they not only taught me how to be a good musician, but also a good teacher. Most concerts or senior recitals generally play music from big-name classical composers, but I'm not going to do that tonight. My goal over the years of study has been to become an accomplished pianist in all areas of music for style, technique, and every genre. My recital will cover all styles of music, including pop, classical, contemporary, and much more. But I want this concert to have a coffee shop feel, so please feel free to clap or ask questions. There will be times to ask questions and make any noise or anything that you want to do. When I turned 13, I discovered advanced and virtuoso music that was for the purpose of playing for others and entertainment. I knew at that date that this was where I wanted to end up in my piano skills. I found a song and took on the challenge at 13 to practice it a lot and drill over it again and again. The 3 men that I found on YouTube that inspired me to where I am today are named David Hicken, Jared Radnich, and Johnny May. As you can see in your program, their names are underlined because I will be playing a song from each of them. On my program, I have a quote that says, "Music for me is an emotional thing, and it really does make me happy. It's not for me to get fame or see my face in the papers or anything like that. It's about the fact that I really do enjoy it." And that is so true for me. Music is very emotional for me, and it gives me a lot of feeling when I play it. I decided to add an emotional aspect to my program, so when choosing my music, I purposely chose songs that affect my emotions and will hopefully affect yours. Before each song, I will tell you about the emotion that I experienced while playing it. Each song will take you on a different emotional journey, and my hope for you tonight is so that you see what the composer meant to be seen when he wrote the piece. The first song I'm going to play is a Christmas song. I know you're probably thinking, well, we're in May, it's almost June, why are you playing Christmas? But this song is the most requested song that I have been asked to play by all my friends. This is also a medley of We Wish You a Merry Christmas and God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen, and the emotion that I'm trying to portray is the joy and happiness experienced at the Christmas season, so I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. So then I have two classical songs in my program tonight. The next one that I'm going to play for you is the first one. I studied the composer Vivaldi in music appreciation. He has composed music called the Four Seasons, and within that are movements of the seasons of the year. The movement that he composed that's my favorite is spring, but the one that I'm playing tonight is the arrangement of winter, and this is done by the piano guys. The emotion here is the awe and the experience of the first snow that you see at winter. I would also like to introduce Sarah Scoby, who is the cellist in this. She has helped me out so much with this song. I literally could not have done it without her. She's a really amazing person at the piano and the cello both, but the cello is the love of her life. and I could literally listen to her play it all day long. She's really amazing. So I hope you enjoy it, and this medley of Let It Go and Vivaldi's Winter. Does anybody have any questions for me or for Sarah that you'd like to ask? Okay. Um, so the next song that I'm going to be playing is actually on my fiddle, and it's called Cripple Creek. So the emotion experienced during this song is supposed to be like a knee slapping kind of hoedown feel to it. Cripple Creek is a location in Colorado, and it was actually where they would do gold panning in like the 1800s. So this song was written to celebrate the large amount of gold that was struck in the creek. So I hope you enjoy it and kind of have that yeehaw feeling as I play it. All right, so now that we've had the Christmas joy and the feeling of being awestruck in the winter and a hoedown party for the last 3 songs, we're going to dive down into the depths, cold, sorrow, yet unique beauty of the Atlantic Ocean. This is the theme song from the movie The Titanic. The song's lyrics are talking about your heart continuing on after a tragedy. While you listen to this song, think about the victims of tragedies from around the world, but not only the victims of the Titanic, but also victims of natural disasters. This can also apply to lost loved ones in your life, and that your heart will go on after the loss. And the lyrics to this are, near or far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart does go on. Once more you open the door, and you're in my heart, and my heart will go on and on. you. So the next song that I'm going to play is the second classical song in my program, and it falls into the category of dark classical. This song goes on a journey from angry to soft, kind of like a music box, and then to anger again, and then to feeling sad. So this song has a lot of emotion in it. When I play this, I personally experience the most emotion out of this song, out of all of the ones that are in my program. So I hope that you enjoy it, and this is Vengeance. Thank you. So next we're going to go back to the happy cowboy waltz, and this song is called Midnight on the Water. This song sounds like you want to grab a partner and start spinning them around in a lovely dance, but this song also has something unique about it, and this song makes the violin tuned in what you call dead man's tuning. So normally the violin is tuned so that the top string is E and the bottom one is G. Well, in this song we changed it so that the top string is D and the bottom one is also D, creating a lot of harmony throughout the violin. So you not only tune it into dead man's tuning, but you also do what you call droning of the bow, which means that the bow will be on more than one string at a time. So I hope you enjoy it. And maybe for those of you that have your partner here in your couple, you get up and start swinging them around in a dance. Thank you. So for the next part, I'd like to ask my mom to come up and do something for my teachers here. I'd like to recognize them.
It was true that she did start out with me really good, and then it just kind of got to where she just didn't want to practice. Too much mom, as she said. So I said, well, let's try another teacher. So we went to Sherry Rieger, and then she just got the fire under her and started practicing. And to do it for another teacher rather than mom, that was the key to it and success. So Sherry Rieger in Fall City was her teacher. Sherry wasn't able to come the other night, and I just wanted to go ahead and just thank her for what she did for Lizzie. Then Mrs. Mosier lived in Burn, Kansas, and like I said, she did the violin and piano. And then currently is her teacher, Glenda. And if I ask Glenda to come down, And Glenda's been working with her even to prepare for the senior recital, and also even trying to take her forward into college. And all these teachers through her life has helped to mold her and her character and shape her as she's grown through the years. And Glenda's played a really big part in that. So I just wanted to thank you so much for that. So anyways, so another rose, so you get two. So Lizzie will be out in just a second, so that's all I have then. So thank you.
Now I don't have to be in a gown. I feel so much better and cooler. So the next piece that I'm going to play for you, well, actually the next three are movie themes or like rock and roll. So that's why I'm in this costume, because I didn't think a formal gown and rock and roll quite went together. So the next song I'm going to play for you is the Pirates of the Caribbean theme song. This song is the first really, really difficult piece that I ever learned to play. It was so much fun when I started it. I was like, yeah, this is a challenge. I've never heard anything like this before. And so I made it my goal to get it perfected. And I started at 13, and it took about 3 years to get it perfected. So now I'm enjoying playing it for you all, and I hope you enjoy the Pirates of the Caribbean theme song. Thank you. So this next song, I'm going to ask my best friend Helen Krehbiel to come up. Helen Krehbiel is also a really, really good pianist. She actually just had her senior recital last week and was super amazing. And surprisingly, we've been best friends for several years, and we've never played a duet together. So the concert that I had Tuesday night and this one are the first times that we've actually been playing a duet together. And I thought it would be fun to do something really unique, and I found this piece of music on YouTube that is Hans Zimmer versus John Williams. Hans Zimmer is actually the one that wrote the Pirates of the Caribbean theme song. He also he wrote some other, I cannot think of some of the ones that he did, but John Williams did Star Wars and Indiana Jones and Jurassic Park. So what the song is this is Hans Zimmer and John Williams battling against each other. So Helen is Hans Zimmer and I'm playing John Williams, and we aren't battling against each other, but the composers are. So I hope you enjoy this, and well, let's get going with our movie themes. thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Helen? All right. Well, thank you again for coming. I so appreciate it. The last song that I'm going to be doing is our party rock and roll song. Who knows who Jerry Lee Lewis is? So most people do. Jerry Lee Lewis had a lot of rock and roll and like a lot of really fancy things in his music, for those of you who don't know. So this rock and roll song is patterned after Jerry Lee Lewis and the style that he did. Before I play, though, I would really like to thank the people in my tech booth for coming and doing what you're doing for me tonight. I really, really appreciate it, and I couldn't do it without you. So can everybody give them a round of applause, please? Thank you so much. And again, thank you for coming. After I play this, if you could give me and my two duets time to get to the back so we could say thank you for coming as you leave, that would be great, and hope you enjoy. Thank you.